Hey Taurus, happy Thursday. Hope you are having a lovely week so far. And I thank you very much for your support. I appreciate every view, every like, every share and every subscribe. And I return that positive support back to you tenfold. If you could please remember to take it as it resonates. Flip it if you need to. And don't make it fit if it doesn't. Let's see what we've got for Taurus energy. What do we need to know? Please and thank you. Oh, okay, 3 cards out. Twin flames, around winter, divine feminine. Okay. Maybe somebody's going to meet their twin flame or be connected with their twin flame in winter time. Got reminiscing at the bottom of the deck, looking at photos, good times, thinking about you and dwelling. Interesting. Seems pretty self-explanatory here. Let's see what else we need to know. Sometimes I feel like I should take that twin flame card out of the deck because I really don't like to use the terms. But I didn't, so let's see what else comes out. Let's see what else we get. What else do we need to know here? Self-love. You may have been working hard on yourself. Maybe you've come to realize that the twin flame journey is a lot about discovering and loving your own self. Or maybe someone just sees you in this divine feminine self-love energy and maybe they realize that you are their twin flame. I don't know. What else do we need to know here? Loss. Maybe you've been through some shit. We've got homeless at the bottom of the deck and I don't know, maybe I don't want to say it's tied into the last reading I did, but I don't know, we'll see where we go. Maybe someone knows you've been through a lot, but your trials and tribulations have very much helped shape you into this divine feminine energy. What else do we need to know? Calm. It's like you suffered through the storm. You suffered possibly through a cold winter out on the streets, perhaps. But it has helped you become who you are. You've made peace with the past. Fate. Maybe it was always meant to happen that way. Coincidence? There are no coincidences, if you ask me. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we do have to go through some rough shit to get to where we're at. Maybe someone is literally watching you in this calm energy, possibly reading cards online. And they're like, yep, that's my twin flame. That's my divine feminine. That's the one. We've got relaxation at the bottom of the deck. You are very much at peace. You know, you've made peace with your past. You're loving on yourself. You may very well be trying to help other people through the storm with your card readings. It's like whatever cold, wintry storms you had to go through is possibly now helping other people get through their own storms and has literally shaped you into this divine feminine energy. This could be you literally sitting at home where it's nice and warm and thinking, wow, I'm sure glad I'm not out on the streets in this cold winter. Sure glad I got somewhere safe to sleep with a bed and blankets and a heater. Although don't get me started about heat pumps, because I really feel like they are ridiculous here. But it's better than no heater at all, isn't it? Even if they do have to shut off when it's too cold. Don't complain, April. I have to remind myself all the time. I'm like, you know, it could be worse. You could still be out with nowhere to go, with no heat pump, you know. Things could be a whole lot worse. What else do we need to know here? Please and thank you. 7 of Wands, standing your ground. Standing up for what you believe in. It could be you standing up for what you believe in, fighting, helping to try and, you know, get other people to stand their ground and love on themselves and not be so focused on this twin flame journey. Asserting oneself. Maybe you are learning how to become more assertive. I don't know. It's a tough gig sometimes. What else do we need to know? 3 of Cups in reverse. Maybe people think you're a bit of a bitch. But they also don't know what you had to go through and what you had to fight through to get to where you're at. So, I don't know, let people think what they want to think. What else do we need to know here? Strength in reverse. Maybe you are just pissing people off because they are struggling with their own vulnerabilities, lack of self-confidence, feeling inadequate. See, this is something that you had to go through. You had to learn to, you know, stand up for yourself. You had to fight through your own weaknesses and low self-esteem and own feelings of inadequacy. That's what these 3 of Cups in reverse people, these petty betties, they really don't understand what you had to fight through. They also don't realise that they could possibly be doing the same for themselves without having to go homeless, you know. You're trying to help people. You might come across as a bit of a bitch, but you are really just trying to get people to see through. We've got the Star here. Hope and inspiration. You are trying to provide people with hope and inspiration that things can get better. Rejuvenation, healing. See, you've very much healed through a lot. A lot of people possibly don't understand why you are in this defensive 7 of Wands stance. It's because you realise how much you can lose and how hard it is to get back. What else do we need to know here? 9 of Cups, fulfillment. You are very much at peace and fulfilled with where you are at, what you've got, and in your own bitchy way, you are trying to help others reach this level of peace and contentment. Self-confidence. You're trying to get people to be confident in themselves. You're trying to get people to see that if they do the work themselves, they too can sit in this divine feminine, peaceful energy. What else do we need to know here, please and thank you? Maybe there is somebody that kind of sees you as wish fulfillment. What else do we need to know here? Nine of Wands in reverse. You refused to give in. You fought through a lot. Last one standing. What's that song? And we're the last one standing. I can't remember what it is. You know, we are the last one standing. Oh, I can't think of it. I might have to go and Google it after. This could also be I'm getting petty Betty energy here. And I know I shouldn't be always calling them petty Betties, but that's what they're doing. That's how they're acting. Why does she get to be the divine feminine? It's because we had to go through a whole lot of shit. Work on ourselves. Ace of Wands, new beginning. Why does she get a new beginning? It's because we took initiative in our own lives. We stopped focusing on this twin flame soulmate bullshit and learn to love ourselves, learn to be happy with how we are, what we have, what we look like. You know, it takes a lot of work to heal from that kind of shit. And it's not divine feminine's fault if it's having other people feel inadequate. You know, that's something that they have to work on. Knight of Cups. Oh shit. We don't want her to get a romantic offer. Why does she get a romantic offer? New beginning. Stop it. Oh. There could very well possibly be somebody who sees you as this star, wish fulfillment, and they possibly want to come towards you with some kind of offer. Dating, affection, warmth and tenderness. How dare somebody get dating, warmth and affection and tenderness, you know? What else? Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's bad news for them. See, I also don't know why it bothers them so much. You know, you're chilling, doing your own thing. You stick to yourself. People might think of you as a bitch because you're not out here partying and carrying on. And whatever this Knight of Cups, they don't want you to have it. I don't know, it's going to rain on their parade or something. I don't know. It is what it is. Judgment in reverse. I kind of really feel like this is some petty Betty energy who's pissed off at you, maybe because you're reading cards online. I don't know. I really don't get it. They're not willing to do the work on themselves to get out of this petty Betty energy and get their own Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, lack of self-awareness. That's what that is. It's like you petty Betties could also sit in this divine feminine energy if you put the work in. You don't have to go through hell. I'm trying to help you guys. I really don't understand. I really don't understand how the collective getting a Knight of Cups offer would, you know, be such bad news to these petty betties. I really don't get it. Anybody who knows what the collective has been through, if they were true and legitimate, would kind of be happy. They'd be like, yeah, well deserved. You know, she's been through a lot. She deserves a Knight of Cups offer. But no, I don't know. It puts a dampener on their day or something. I don't know. Knight of Pentacles. They don't want you to get this practical, loyal, responsible, protective offer. I don't know. I don't know why the collective's peace and contentment brings these people such pain and anguish. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. You know, it's not like we're sitting around hating on them for getting in relationships or being happy. You know, it's stupid. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. Hopefully this helps.